I started the video and it just cut out in the middle, and then I thought, well, I gotta save it, and I saved it, and then I went back in to make a new one. That, oh, you can resume your video. It doesn't tell you. I don't know why it stopped in the middle. What the hell's that noise? It's like a thunderous, thunderous jet coming over. What the hell is it? What the hell is it? Another military jet? We've been getting military jets coming, like those big cargo planes, C-130s that are. It's like never, never, and never, and never, never. And I've been living decades, decades, and decades. And the first time last week, I saw one of those green military transport planes for the first time ever in decades. Something is going on. I don't know if it's anything to do with Donald Trump taking on Venezuela, his wag the dog thing. Anyway, I gotta move along. Now, let's see, how am I gonna do this? I might have to put you sideways. I got a little gizmodium here. Okay, so I just rotated the device. Now what happened? What the hell? It doesn't like it when it doesn't. Oh shit! It doesn't like it when I rotate the device. Stupid thing. Stupid, 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 stupid. Oh my god! Alright, I'm gonna just tilt it there so it'll film me or something. Oh my god! What a stupid thing. Will it stay? Okay. All right. So I'm going to. This is just disgusting. This is like the old pan. It's got like crap all over the bottom of it. Normally I play music while I'm cooking, so I forget my other phone, and then I don't know. I always get concerned because like YouTube's got all this, got all this censorship on there, and if you play music in the background, they say, "Oh, you're playing a music video, and it's got copyright on it." It's like, oh, for God's sake, you people! It's like, give me a break, It's not about making a new video or anything. It's just about music. It's just background music. Okay, this is what I drink, and most of the time it's sippy cup. It's water with lemon juice and lime juice. It's very cleansing. I have to drink a lot of water. I don't know. I'm not talking about that. I got all this technical support, and it's all very high tech. In the old days, they used to have an earpiece in here so they could hear what the producer was saying. It's RFID chip like thing. It's like implanted into my cochlear, whatever you call those things, inner ears. Then I can hear what they're saying, but they won't shut up. Like, never get this technology, but the earpieces, you get disgusted, you can just throw the earpiece out. But this stuff, it's implants, and then, it's there. So it's easy, and the thing doesn't fall out, and when you're, going for a bike ride or something. Anyways, okay, so there's my sippy cup. Okay, and then here's my juices. So this is lemon, and just a little bit, and a little bit of lime. I used to just use lemon, but then I found that I like the lemon and the lime together. Okay, now I was thinking I might use some like store-bought Tostito. I shouldn't use the name because then they get all upset. But, this is like store-bought salsa, okay? So I'm going to use that. I got a little piece of cheese. I got to get a cutting board. No one say that I'm like a great chef or anything. I'm basically like, Okay, there's sippy cup. This cheese looks like it's got crap on it. Now look at this. Look at what the hell is that? You know, wrap it up and it's got like little stupid things. I gotta get that crap off of there. I don't know. It looks like somebody's been putting like little pieces of marijuana butt on the cheese. You know, I buy this stuff and it's already pre-cut in little pieces because I don't want a huge brick. It just goes bad. So I just buy it from my neighbor up the street who buys like in bulk. And then that's his like job. He just buys stuff in bulk. So we don't have a corner store in our area. So he's like the corner store. So he goes to like the big grocery stores and he stocks up on huge, giant packages for families of 12 or whatever. That's all they ever sell you at those big box stores. So, and then he takes it home and he puts it into little packages, but I'm sure he's been smoking weed. That looked like weed to me. Now, some people might say, well, that's, pretty good. Add that to, I don't want weed in my omelet. I'm sorry. It's like a definite no-no. So he's going to get a piece of my mind. I mean, I still have to be careful. I got to be nice to him because I don't want to go to the big box place and buy a bunch of food that's going to rot in my fridge. But anyway, that's what he does. He makes like small packages and he goes to, well, this is Canada, so we call them like the First Nations. And it's like it used to be called Indian reserves and I don't know. It's all I had a hard time keeping. I'm an old man, and they keep changing like what the words are. It's Orwellian, or George Orwell talked about newspeak, and it's like, no one say when I was young that the Aboriginal people were called Indians, and then they became Aboriginal, Indigenous, First Nations, and I don't know. I think it's First Nations now. But anyway, it used to be that you'd go to the Indian Reserve and you could buy cheap cigarettes and gas. But now they call it the First Nations. I don't know. It makes my head swell. I can't keep track. There's enough difficulties in my life without me changing all the verbiage that I learned when I was a kid and what the proper words for things are. And then they got this new thing, it's like, it used to be like he, she, or it, or the pronouns. But then now it's with transgender, it's like Z-H-E is like a name. I don't know if that's like a girly man or a manly girl or something. I don't have a problem if that's what you want to be called, but don't expect me to remember all these things, don't even make like paper dictionaries in a book form anymore. It's like I don't know where to look this stuff up. And then sometimes, like I like to look at Vice News because they're like cutting edge. Although I have issues, I think that some of their stuff is completely bogus. Like somebody sent me this Vice News thing, and it was talking about in the UK. Oh shit, I just used way too much corn oil for my, oh man. I'm a lazy cook. I don't like, like measuring things and, oh hell, I'm just going to pour it back and no one say anything. I don't need this much. There, no. So anyway, they said back in the UK, before about the early 1970s, if you had a heroin addiction, in England, the government was okay with it. The doctor would prescribe you heroin, and you could get it at a discount price. It wasn't super expensive, and that's my kennel cough. So then what happened was Richard Nixon became the president of the United States. Nixie. And he started making all these, maybe it was the late 60s, early 70s. They started making all these Anslinger. Anslinger was he was like the drug czar for the United States. And he cooked up all this information, all this BS about marijuana They completely made it all up. If you look at that Woody Harrelson documentary, Weeds or something, I think it was called Weeds, and he talks all about the history of marijuana prohibition. And it was all because of, no one say they were Republicans, because they weren't all Republicans. A lot of them were like both parties. But they, I think it was a lot to do. This was another piece I just found out like yesterday. It had to do with the Catholic Church. And the Catholic Church at one time in Europe, they took tithes, not only on what you made, like 10% of whatever your income was, and they basically browbeat you to go and give them a donation, but they made the governments, like the government of France, had to pay a 10% tithe on all of the stuff that was sold in the country. It was like a sales tax or something. So it was like King Louis, or one of those French kings, decided that when it came to things like opium and cannabis, they said to the Pope, screw off, we're not paying you your tithe, for whatever reason. So the Catholic popes and cardinals and priests got their noses out of joint, and that's when they started preaching against opium and cannabis and all these other things. So, before that time, the Catholic Church, I'm not going to answer that, that's stupid phone. The Catholic Church didn't have a problem with, everyone doing it. And even today they talk about, you look up, look up gay drug-fueled orgy at the Vatican, and it's right there, and it was like in one of those post-online newspapers, and it was all about how the cardinals had all these rent boys in at the Vatican, and they had a great big sex party when they're all doing drugs. So don't tell me that that the Catholics have problems with these drugs. They don't. Don't tell me they got problems with homos, because they don't, because they're all homos at the Vatican. But, talk to the people on the street, and they say, no, you can't do drugs, and you can't be gay. I'm sorry. That is a pile of crap. They are the most hypocritical organization. Now, what else was I going to talk about? I got this on too high, and I'm not going to show you. Well, hell, I'll show you for a second what it looks like. There it is. There's my omelet. No one says it's pretty. Okay, this is my cabinet with stuff for like additives and things. Okay, so this is like herbs of Provence, which is French. This is light, and then I've also got this parsley. I usually have like an Italian one in here somewhere. Let's see, minced onion, Cajun. Sometimes I like Cajun garlic. That's cinnamon. I can't find my Italian herbs. Where the hell? Oh, here it is. This is Italian. So I'm going to decide between Italian or French, and I got to move quickly. So I'm just going to flip that over. You can see it's nicely browned. And, oh God, I got to turn on this. This is my vent, and it makes a horrible noise. Nobody knows why. Oh hell, the stupid thing. I was showing you my omelet, and I was showing you I was to choose my spices, and then the stupid thing caught, because when I turn it this way, I can't see it and monitor what the hell it's doing. This is what happens when you use cell phones to make your videos. Anyway, this is cooking down nicely. So I don't know how much you missed of my video. I'm terribly sorry. Terribly sorry. I didn't know that the thing canceled out. Anyways, let's see. And as usual, let's see, my viewership, I've got zero people watching, and 0 people with thumbs up, and it's already been 15 minutes.